You'd think you'd see his rack, but you really couldn't see it that well.
And then when he turned, is that when he got the...
Yeah, and then when he turned and he bounded off, that was when I could see his rack, and I was like, oh, I made a mistake.
This is a promotion for Brad Lyon and Corey Winch Strong HIIT cardio program. Join now, free. Oh, what is that? Fisher? Yeah. The Fisher. Deer. Doe.
You got a spare battery with you? If this thing dies, Bill? Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, I don't actually.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
It's fine. It'll last till the end of the day.
I figure I'm going to record until Corey's get his genuine reaction.
Big doe. Yeah. There's that big mucka. Oh, wow, this is 8:14. Yeah, we got a picture since then. Oh, what is that? Looks like a doe. Definitely a doe. Bobcat. Something. But it ain't looking good this far. Well, you're not gonna get the reaction you thought you were gonna get out of this one, old boy. Because there ain't nothing on it. Nothing worthwhile anyway. I lost 10 pounds on the way up here. That's a good thing. That's real unfortunate. That is super unfortunate. That's crazy. How long has that been out here? 2 months. Oh, we're getting his does coming through. Oh boy, what are you gonna do? Pack it up?
Welcome to the big woods.
Yep. Yeah. This ain't farm country camera. That concludes our little Adirondack adventure for today, folks. What do we do, like almost 13 miles? We're between 12 and 13 miles. My feet feel like cinder blocks. I got some blisters forming in these new boots. So I'm looking forward to go sitting on the couch and doing nothing for a little bit. What is up, guys? So as you saw in part one of this video, Brad Lyon, my brother Corey, and I all went up into the Adirondacks into a part where we were looking to put our remote tenting camp. We went up there, we scouted around, trying to find an area. We're gonna have to end up going back up there because the area that we wanted to put the tent on originally, apparently we talked to the ranger up there and he said that's probably not a good idea to put it there. So we're gonna have to go back up, so it'll probably be another video this weekend. For Corey's birthday, we think we're gonna go up there on Saturday and we might do a little bear hunting up there. And while we're bear hunting, we're gonna scout around, look for an area to put a tent and maybe look for some deer sign. Who knows? So it'll be in another video, but in this section of the video, I wanna go over some of my gear I'm going to be using this year. So it's some new gear that I've got, and a lot of it's old gear that I've been using, but it's just kind of some of it's not even everything, it's just some of the stuff that I'm going to be bringing in the woods with me. And I have to find a place to set this camera up because I left my tripod in Corey's truck, which is not here. So I'm going to figure that out, and then I'm going to go over some of this gear with you guys, so stay tuned. right, so the first thing I want to go over here, some new gear that I got is I'm going to start with the footwear. So I picked up a pair of these lacrosse Burleys, and these are mainly I'm going to be using in the snow if I have to cross some creeks, or if I know I'm going to have to cross some creeks or some swamps. These are going to be it. They're uninsulated mostly so I can track in them. My feet tend to sweat a lot, so I got them uninsulated. That might help a little bit. But I wore these up when we did 13 miles the other day in the Adirondacks, and it wasn't bad for the first time I've ever used them. It wasn't too bad. Feet were a little sore, but I think they're gonna do well up there in the Adirondacks. Corey has a pair of these. He highly recommended them. So that's the first pair of boots that I got this year. Second on the footwear list is these new Merrells. They are the Merrell Moab Speed Mid GTX, and these things are so sweet. Let me tell you, these are their new version. Super lightweight. They're super light. And what I really like about them, like I said, my feet tend to sweat a lot. And I noticed that these have like a meshing on the outside of them, but on the inside there's a liner, a waterproof liner. And when I step into a creek or any type of water, that water comes in and it cools my foot off. My foot never gets wet because they're waterproof. So really like these. I've been really putting these to the test here over the past couple weeks that I've had them, and I love them. I'm a huge Merrell guy, so I might be a little biased on that, but I really like these, and they're gonna come in good use here during the season. So where do we want to start next? I guess we'll go to my climbing sticks. So this right here is a Lone Wolf climbing stick. I usually carry, I'm going to start carrying 3 this year, just because 4, I notice I'm just not, there's no need for me to go 4 sticks high really. These have been good sticks. They're a little heavy, a little big. I really want to next year kind of go to a little smaller, more compact setup, because I'm always moving and going through some thick places, and these aren't fun to carry. So, but they do the job. They're good sticks. They dig into the tree really well. So yeah, that's sticks that I'm using. I'm a saddle guy, so this is my saddle right here. This is an Arrow Hunter saddle, and I love it. I got it last year, and I'll probably never hunt out of anything other than a saddle again when I'm up in the tree, unless I'm on the ground. So yeah, this thing's awesome. I've hunted hang-ons, I've hunted climbers, and this is by far my favorite, just for obvious reasons. I mean, to go look up anything about saddles, it's really the new era of hunting out of trees in my opinion, but they're great. I know my brother hunts with them. Adam Thomas, he hunts out of one, and then the rest of the guys, they're all using hang-ons, which are also great. It's whatever you prefer. So with that being said, I have I believe this is a Wild Edge perch, and that's the step that I use on the tree. Great step. I mean, I have no complaints about it. Super small and compact, really easy to get in and out of the woods. Bit pricey, but definitely worth it. And then let's see what else I got. So this is going to be, so what I did this year, which I could probably do in another video, just not today. I kind of dumbed down my entire setup and just made it as easy and quick as possible for me to get in and out of the woods or up a tree and down a tree. And this is going to be huge because I've always had a problem with my bow rope tangling, and it's just a pain using paracord. So I went up and I picked up a Muddy retractable bow rope, and this thing's awesome. Like, I'm so pumped to use it. People complain about the rope not being thick enough, but I think it's going to be fine. Pretty sure it's 30 foot. That's going to save a ton of time though. A ton of time. I'm super pumped about that. All right, and then lastly, well, not lastly, but I guess for this gear portion, this is my new tree arm. This is a 4th Arrow. Pretty sure it's the Bantam. If let me see, maybe it says it somewhere, maybe not. I don't know, maybe it doesn't. Thought it did. Anyways, this is a 4th Arrow. I believe it's the Bantam. It's supposed to be one of their smaller, more compact tree arms. I just tried this out the other night. I got some of it on film. I was out doing a scout mission on some public land, and I brought this with me and got up in a tree, timed myself getting up in the tree with all my new gear and stuff, and it took me 10 minutes to get up and 10 minutes to get down, almost on the dot. So that's really good. I bought a fluid head to go with it. I'm not really sure exactly which fluid head it is, but yeah, it's a sweet little setup. It's going to be perfect for when we're self-filming. I'm self-filming, or anyone else is, but I really like it. I know people complain about hooking it to the tree. I really didn't find any problems hooking it to the tree. I just tucked this in between my legs and wrapped it around, and then ratchet strapped it. It really wasn't a big deal. It was pretty easy in my opinion. So yeah, so there's that portion of the gear, and then in here I have all my clothes, and I have been really looking forward to this. Yeah, I've been really looking forward to it, and it came in today. All these new clothes came in today, and what it is some First Light gear. So now, with that being said, you all know I'm going to shoot a 150-inch buck because I'm wearing First Light gear, first off. But in all seriousness, this stuff is just as good as they say it is. And I haven't even worn it out in the field yet. I was just trying it on up in my house, and like the material is just like, it's so warm, it's so light, so stretchy. Like, it's just great. Like, I love it so far already. But I'm gonna go over some of this gear. So this right here is the First Light Klamath, and this is supposed to be like a little bit of a heavier style sweatshirt, I believe, but this is super warm. I had this on, super light. So yeah, that's the Klamath. Here is the coat that I bought, and this is a First Light Solitude coat. It's supposed to be like a winter coat, anywhere from, I think, 50 degrees down to like negative something. Yeah, it's again super light, super flexible, great material, super warm. Here is the Solitude bibs that go along with that, right here. And by the way, as I'm going through this, if you go on and try purchasing some First Light gear, their sizing chart is spot on, like absolutely spot on. I bought a medium in all the pants and larges and all the tops, and everything fits perfectly. So if you're gonna go do that, just go follow their guidelines for their measuring system, and I'm positive it's gonna work out for you. But right here we have the First Light Furnace, and this is, I forget what they call this here. It's not just the furnace. What they call this, but it's part of their furnace line, and this thing is awesome. It's so warm, so comfortable. It feels like you have like a pajama top on. The thing's awesome. Here's the First Light boxers. Got them because why the hell not? These are the First Light Obsidian pants, and practically all this gear is in fusion. The pattern's fusion, except the Solitude pants and coat that I got, and they are, let's see what I get them in, Spectre. They're all awesome patterns, so it really doesn't matter to me. But these are the Obsidian pants. I was just wearing these around upstairs. Things are so light, so quiet, comfortable. I love the suspenders on them. You don't have to wear a belt or anything to keep them up. Those are great. What do we got here? These are the Furnace bottoms, I believe. Yep, the Furnace long johns. Really looking forward to these on those cold days sitting, because they're basically, they feel like sweatpants. There's that. This is a First Light Furnace 3/4 zip. Another really warm little 3/4 zip, comfortable, awesome. Fusion pattern. Go get you some. Sponsor me, First Light. This one, this is just this is another 3/4 zip, but it's super light. This is just a wicking 3/4 zip. So this is like the big part of why I bought First Light, was due to the fact that I've said, I sweat a lot, And these systems are supposed to wick your sweat away and keep you cool up in the stand. And I'm super excited to see how they work. I'm just wearing them up at the house. I'm already convinced, but right here we have the First Light Kiln. And that's a little bit lighter than the Klamath. Still a pretty warm sweatshirt. Just another one to layer on those cold days, or wear when it's a little bit warmer out. And then lastly, right here we have the First Light Wick. It's just a Wick and long sleeve shirt. Super comfortable, have that one on. So that's all my First Light gear that I have. That's pretty much all I need. I figured I'd stop spending money on this garbage stuff and just buy what I want. And it's super quality stuff, as everyone knows. Super excited to wear it. And like I said, I'm guaranteed to shoot a big buck now, because it's First Light gear, so that's how that works. I think that's about it for gear, but that's all my new gear that I've got. I just wanted to show you guys like what I'm going to be wearing this year, and I'll give a review on this stuff, because I can't fully say, you know, I haven't worn it out in the field yet, so I can't exactly tell you how this stuff is, but I got a feeling it's going to be just as good as everyone says it is. So that's all my gear. Well, not all my gear, most of my gear. In the next video that we're going to be making, Corey and I are going to sit down and kind of go over our bow and our arrow setups. That's going to be a really interesting video, just due to the fact of how much conflict it's causing on the internet. You go on Facebook, everyone's talking about light arrows, heavy arrows. We'll get into that. We'll tell you kind of what we're shooting and what we believe and why we believe it. So yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed our little Adirondack adventure. Hopefully we can get some bears on camera this weekend if we end up going up there and trying to do that. Like always, like and subscribe this video. It would help us out a ton. And last but not least, this video is sponsored by my mustache.